You know, if there's a single good thing about this coronavirus is that it gives us a lot more time to concentrate on our hobby. A lot of you guys have nowhere to go, so you're spending time expanding your lockpicking skills into Dimple locks, it appears. Because a bunch of you sent me an email. You found this on eBay, and it's advertised as a B-Tech, B-T-E-C-H. A B-Tech lock, but it's generic. It's completely generic, no stamping, no company, no identification of any kind. It starts to look familiar here, though. It looks a lot like a multi-lock top cover, and that's because it kind of is. Even the keys, they've got do not duplicate on one side, and the other side is not marked B-Tech, it's marked, I thought it was Bolo, but that's bold, B-O-L-D. When you take a look at the pins, if you were beginning, I mean, just getting into Dimple locks, this is probably not the one you want because this is actually a 10-pin lock. It looks like 5, but look at that little valley right there, that really deep one, and you see a little bump in the center, and that's because there's 2 pins. There's an outer pin and an inner pin. So this is probably not a beginner lock, but if this is where you are, you want to start learning multi-locks, pin and pin, this is probably not bad. It's typical key. Take a look at the keyway. One of the things I look for, I want good access, and this one looks like it has it. We can see. Let me grab a flashlight. We see the pin there in the top, hidden between those 2 little peaks, but there's plenty of room down there. So when you're learning to pick Dimple locks, especially pin and pin, you want a little extra room to kind of reduce that variable. Anyway, that's all I know about it. Let's go ahead and clamp it up and see what we got. Let's see how good this dude is. All right, I did try it earlier. It does work perfectly. You put the key in all the way. And let's go like that. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and find a tensioner. See if I got a thicker one than that. Okay, that's my widest one, and you notice I pretty much control that cord. There's not a lot of flop. A lot of these pin and pins do have security pins, usually spools, and if you can control it and control how much to release as you let that spool through the opening, that's a big help. So nice and tight, that's what we want. I do have to go around those little peaks to get at the pins, so I'm going to grab, this is a number, I think it's a number 7. Let me show you the important end. It's got a little bit of a curve. See if I can get around it. To let me get up around, that's what you do. You stick right in the front and you just make sure you can reach up in there to the highest cut. And it looks like we're going to be able to do that. If not, we'll grab a number 8. All right, I'll pick it, let me just pick it clockwise. Yeah, clockwise, or counterclockwise. Let me find a marker. Let's put a little mark on here because usually these do give you a nice... we'll put another one right here. Maybe another one right there. I don't know what the light angle is, so you should be able to see one of those marks. All right, so let's get going. All right, the first thing we want to do is pick the outer pins, so let's see if we can do that. I'm going to apply moderate tension, just a little bit with my thumb right there. I am going to go counterclockwise. And you just slide it back. The first one is still springy. Slide right under. Second, good. Third, good. Fourth, good. And I'm on the very last one. 5. I want to get my pick position under the outer pin. And there we go. I got a little turn on the core there. I'll take it. There's 4. And I'm basically working my way back out of the lock. You can't get too aggressive with these guys. They just don't like it. Where are you? There he is right there. And I got a little bit of fault set working. Okay, that was pin 2. You notice it turned a little more. So we got a little bit of a misalignment there. I don't think we're dealing with a security pin just yet. Now we're dealing with a security pin. That was pin 3. So when you get that much of an offset, that should tell you you've probably picked all of the outer pins. Now we're going to go for the inner pins. Now remember, the spring on those inner pins is quite weak. So really watch your tension. I'm just barely holding my tensioner in place. Trying to feel around. There we go, right there. That was number 5. That was number 4. That was number 2. And that was number 1. All right, I've got to say, no security pins. Even though we had a false set, that's because the inner pin diameter is much smaller than the outer pin diameter. So no security pins. I think for a training lock, this is probably not a bad deal. Let's go ahead and pop it open, take a look at the inside, and kind of see what we got. Move that over there, set him here. Get all this stuff out of here. And figure out what we got. I do have a key so I can lock it back up. And Phillips. I really don't need these tail pieces on there, but that's the way it came. I guess they think I want to maybe install it in a door. All right, we will keep all the screws because somebody is going to be getting this thing. All right, I'm looking for the diameter here, and that's probably standard diameter. Yep. No security pins. I'm not going to worry about shimming it. Let me find one of those keys. Slide it in there. Oh, not too much because the tail piece is off. So I've got to find the right depth. There it is. Rotate. And where are my pins going to be? Pointing right straight up, and then on that side, slide this dude in there. And see what we got. Okay, all pin and pins, as you can see. Take that key out. Got to be a little bit careful. Sometimes they shoot out if you pull it out too vigorously. How do I know that? Well, done it more than once. All right, standard, 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 standard. Oh, well, I'm going to have to sort that out. But they do come apart. And let's take a look at the upper pins. A standard. Oh, that goes in 1, sorry. 2, 3, all standard so far. 4, and 5. All right, nothing special about this guy, which makes for an excellent training lock. No alien technology, no craziness, all standard pins. It ought to allow you to get a good feel. Wide open keyway, so it should let you get a good unrestricted feel of the pins to see what it's like to position your pick on the outer pins, to get them picked, and then get a good feel for those inner pins as well. Not bad at all. 25 bucks. Probably a good choice for a training lock. Anyway, guys, there you go. The, I don't know, B-Tech Bold. I will put the link where I bought this off of eBay. I don't know if they're still going to have it, but I'll put the link down there in the description. All right, let's have a giveaway. I'm going to put this guy back together, and I'll make sure the key works. So you'll have a lock. You're going to need some picks. All right, I can't afford to give away my only set of these, but what I can afford to give away are something that's a lot rarer. And that would be one of these Sauber tools. And you guys have seen me use these before for years. This is what I had. It's these little, they're actually flat steel, but they're designed for pin lock. So this is my old set. This is a brand new one, still in the wrapper. And I bought a bunch of these when they were available. They may still be available from Lockpick Canada, which I really think is part of Sparrows. The feel and look of the site is exactly the same. Anyway, you'll get that, and I will also throw in one of these from Learn Lockpicking, a pinning tray, so when you dump all the guts out, you don't have to do it into the palm of your hand. Anyway, guys, appreciate your time. Stay safe. Stay legal. All you need to do is navigate to locklab.com, the tribal website, and scroll down in the middle of the page. You'll see all the giveaway buttons, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But the one you're looking for is the Weekend Review giveaway, purple band. Just click on it. It'll take you to the registration page. Again, scroll to the bottom, put in a good email address, so if you win, I can get in touch with you, let you know. Put in a username, doesn't matter what it is, and click Submit. When you're done, you'll get a green check mark confirming your entry. Thanks, guys.